Hey guys, it's Cory again. Today, going to look at some more Imagine AI Live 2024. This is the spring version. It looks like they've got a one in New York for July. Amazing. These things are going to have to move fast to keep up with the speed of the AI changes, etc. So, this one is looking at kind of more creative side of AI, and we're just going to browse through this a little bit and see what we've got. So AI is powering the creative software 2.0 revolution. So let's see what this guy Linus Eckenstam, the doctor of AI. This is from the Imagine AI Live event that was held in Las Vegas in March.
The creative juice. I'm going to go slightly over time just so you know. So the creative juice of AI is that this
Crazy cat lasers there, by the way. Crazy cat lasers.
is kind of powering the 2.0 software revolution. And it's not just images. It's like everything is getting disrupted from inside out, upside down, all the sides. Everything's happening at once. We have digital bananas being created. Fantastic use case. If you're in food photography, you know how expensive it is to do food photography, and regulated as well. I'm going to show you a few things. So here's a bunch of words. Maybe all of you know those words. But for example, Midjourney and the progression that Midjourney's had. This is 2 years of diffusion model progress. So V1.
Look at how quickly that's moving from this quality down here, just as you just keep moving on to look at the quality of this guy. All of these are very, very good quality here. These are specifically sharp.
On this side, it's about 23 months ago, and then we can progress through the entire scale, and we end up where we are today with V6. But this is kind of insane, if you ask me. We had some blobs over here, and then we have photorealism over here. This leads to some extreme changes in how we work. So Midjourney, for example, can do a bunch of these things. And just to get an idea, I'm not a great photographer. I'm not great at drawing. This is just some random tidbits from my Midjourney stream where I can have an idea, get it into a visual, and in less than a few minutes I have everything worked out and I can work on a pitch deck. I can do whatever I want with it, really, because it's such high quality. I can make things that does not exist in the real world, like this cheese buzz. I can help friends that are trying to get funding for their new movies, an indie movie, and they're like, oh, we struggle so much because we can't get the mood boards right. And I know this is a fact. It takes 3 months for an indie movie to get funding, and most of that time is spent doing art direction. Now they can do this type of work in days, and they get funding within weeks. Car designers that are not car designers can contribute to the automotive industry and come up with ideas. Not necessarily the final arts ideas, but you can have a creative mood board where people are collaborating from all over your teams. And it's easy. There's not much to it. Here we have an image of an existing chair. I generated a synthetic image of this puffer golden blanket, and I wrote a short text. Put them together, and I get a new type of chair. If I don't want that golden puffer thing, I can change it to a concrete block, and the concrete block here is also synthetically generated, and I get a concrete chair. But that's not it. This is one thing, but if I just spend another minute, I can get hundreds of concrete chairs, and I can get thousands of concrete chairs, and now the work becomes the work of a curator. I need to figure out which chairs are the best. Short text prompts turns into beautiful images of men and women. We have unimaginable things like fried egg, like a daisy flower bud. What's that? It's what's this? Like a daisy, that's a fried egg. I could not create this. I don't have the skills to create this. I don't know how to do 3D, but
So this goes back to the stuff that we were talking about. You get people that I've been talking about. You get people where you've got a design element, you've got let's say an engineering element, and a business element. And you're getting more overlap across those things just because you can do this prompting, you can do these kinds of things. It just like myself, a guy like me, I've never been into the call center or calling business, but something like Air.ai has enabled this to, enabled me to do that sort of thing. But this is amazing technology, amazing progression. Look at the detail, and these are things that don't exist. You would have to do a bunch of editing and cutting and pasting and so forth to make this happen, but you can kind of speak these things into existence. So it's democratizing image creation. It's democratizing call centers. It's democratizing, code generation. Now, some of the code generation, I would say, because, things like this need to look visually pleasing or aesthetically pleasing, but they're details that are not quite right. I would say code generation, the details really matter, because it can make huge differences in what it actually does. But anyhow, for sure, these things are very, very cool.
Can do it with AI.